Okay, now we will not go down the escape route that killed him.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, let's go to the mind control facility. Let's go. Wow, button.
The
What happens
lights
if we push the
rose on an
button?
enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, let's go.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Oh,
Never.
like The Sims.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for
Oh,
all.
I'm supposed to turn off the mind control device? Okay, interesting.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Oh yeah, you want
And
to
yet,
bet?
even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Oh, so this is one of the
And
possible
that was
endings?
all he needed to know.
I'm not
It was
sure.
perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
There's an open door?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new
Didn't this say
path
this was the
before
first
him.
ending?
This was
Wonder how many
exactly
endings
the
are in here.
way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Don't make me restart from the beginning. Trophy earned. Beat the game. No fucking way.
That was quick.
What the hell? Play the entire duration of a Tuesday. What does that mean? And there's one that's just 8. Click on door 435 times. Okay. In under 4 minutes. What the hell? Set all settings sliders, the menu to all available number. What? Don't play the... There's, get this. You ready to hear the last trophy on here? It's very rare. It's called Super Go Outside. Don't play the game for 10 years. So I wonder if you delete it for 10 years and then remember to reinstall it somehow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I gotta log into my game 10 years later. Okay, I guess I beat one. I don't know. I don't know how many endings there's supposed to be because it keeps making me restart. But I guess that's part of it, or whatever.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
do, like,
hoping he might
checkpoints.
find. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible.
He's such in a rush.
He didn't have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Let the narrator
That kind
talk.
of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Oh my god. They're playing music for me because apparently I'm anxious to get through the story. This game is so funny.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay, I guess I can only go in this creepy elevator.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible... He thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I wonder how many hours it would take you to complete this game. And the fact that one of the quests is called Super Don't Go Outside is just so funny.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place
I kind
where
of want to Google
freedom
and get
meant
more information
nothing.
about this game, but I don't want any spoilers. I don't know what to do.
This mind control
Huh?
facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley... Was this the only reason he was happy
Right?
with his boring
I
job?
think this might
That
be a
his
sequel,
emotions had been
though? I'm not too sure.
manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent
I'm
his
gonna Google
entire
it.
life utterly blind to the world?
Oh, Ultra Deluxe. Okay. Okay. It's a reimagining of the first game. Okay. Oh my god, that's so funny! I found something out. So, this version is called Ultra Deluxe, and then there's like the first game or whatever. Well, what I thought was the first game. And it said it has no additional content ever. It is to test to see if players will buy the same game twice. That's so fucked up. Does a brilliant job anticipating anything and everything a player might do while playing the game while holding a bucket. What does that mean? And the rewards for experimenting are more humor, confusion, absurdity, and thoughtful explorations about game design and player choice. Okay. It takes 22 hours to get through this game. It has 42 endings. I've done one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Uh, some of the endings end with a restart, others need the player to restart themselves. Finding all of them rewards you nothing, and the game really keeps track of which ones you've already found. Wow. Oh, I already found the ending. Wow, okay, that's cool. The freedom ending, also known as the correct ending or the life ending, is the definitive ending. Basically, he walked outside and nobody was controlling him anymore. Weird. Is my screen getting darker? Hold up.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
It was. I had to keep moving forward. I was looking at my phone. Okay, much of the game is very depressing. How nice. What happens if you cheat in the game? Sentence you to a very, very long time imprisoned in the room and will leave you there manually to restart the game. Wow. Then the narrator will remark about how Stanley has not learned his lesson, talking about how his table may not be serious enough. What? Oh, so like Detroit Become Human. That was such a good game. That had like a
That
dozen endings.
yeah, but that had since been
Well,
done.
not really.
Well, yeah, you got to look at the more of the story. This is a lot. Androids wanted to try to become a part of the human race, so they were trying to fight for what they believed in.
Okay, if you mute the narrator, he'll be screaming the entire time. You just won't hear it. This is so funny.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that
Oh my
what you
gosh.
wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a
The
shame we
whole
have so
building's
little
gonna
time
explode in
left to
two
enjoy
minutes.
it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on...
Wow.
trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever...
That was funny. Okay, I see how it is. go back to Power Wash Simulator. So, apparently, the narrator decided